frustrated and angry concubine, Teresa. P.S. Don't expect me to write you any more reports on family. I will avoid the viper's pit you call a family home. I will only go there to teach the children. This letter writer has resigned.
5th June 1948. My dear Teresa, so dramatic. I win, you lose, you want to kill yourself. I think you read too many romantic novels. Not good for you. Too much drama. And we don't need any more drama in this household of 10 women. Want to know why I stopped your parents' allowance? Because business was bad. It has been bad for 3 years now. But you don't know all this, right? Because you refuse to talk much to your sisters when you are there. And because when I'm home, you never ask me how things are. You only complain about them. Let me ask you something. Do you think you're too high class for the rest of us? That's why no one at home likes you, you know. Nobody is poisoning anyone's mind against you. You are doing it all by yourself. Actually, it is you who's poisoning everyone's mind. You're poisoning my children for the past 2 years. Besides English and maths, you have even taught them how to look down on their mothers. When your sisters reported this to me, I thought they were lying because they can't stand you. But last time when I was back, I noticed the older children answering rudely back at me in English. Rude and not respectful. The more I observe, the more it seems to be true. You have been blessed with an education, and you have used it against a family that has fed you, your father, and your mother. What do you think you're doing? Revenge? I think you don't know this. Rich men like me also are very attracted to other educated women, you know. Be careful, sister. Is this a game you want to play? Huh? Husband, what? And P.S. You can stop teaching the children. All the mothers think you are a bad influence. You talk about being good and doing good for society. How about sharing some of that goodness at home first? Huh? May 1949. Dear Teresa, so this is the silent treatment. 1 year with no news from you. After get news, my workers traveling up and down. I'm a patient man, but you are testing my patience to its limits. You are angry because I gave you advice to try and fit in with the rest of the family. What was wrong with what I said? You have been our family for 3 years now. I think it's about time you come down from your high horse and join the rest of us. If I still do not hear from you, then it can only be that you have been ill. So ill that you cannot even write to me. Maybe like dysentery, or cholera, or maybe you died. In that case, then I don't have to keep sending you a monthly allowance anymore. That's more money I can save every month instead of supporting a sullen, bad-tempered corpse. So, are we still playing this game? What? January 1950. Teresa, are you really dead? You want me to buy you a coffin? Wait, right. I want to know what's happening in my family. Your husband, what?
30th June 1950. Dear what? No need for coffin. I survived. A bout of cholera and dysentery, as a matter of fact. I've actually been quite ill and weak for the past 6 months, not throwing a childish fit, as you imagine. All those tantrums and behavior are a thing of the past. I promise. When you are lying in bed and some nights wondering if you will see morning, you suddenly feel the need to make time to think things over. Do you know that when I collapsed in my hut from my illness, it was elder sis who brought me back to the big house? The other sisters protested. They were afraid they might catch the infection from me. But elder sis made them all take turns to look after me. And it actually took me all this time to get better. I owe her my life. More than that, the illness gave me time and patience to spend with each one of my sisters. I thought since they gave me a chance, then the least I could do was to make the job easier. Okay, so I'll admit I don't like all of them equally. But you are right. I never gave them the chance to know me, only them. I have learned many things in this past few months. You ask me how your family is. Well, from the outside, we are prosperous, happy, living in abundance. We get visits throughout the year from our usual VIPs. Elder sis and second sis take care of our guests perfectly, and we are on good terms with all the temples and charities around because of Sister Phan. The other sisters are either smart or fierce enough to stop anyone from bullying us in your absence. And we are the envy of everyone who wonder how you got so lucky, surrounded by all these hard-working and loyal wives. But up close, we're far from perfect, and we both know it, don't we? I know you know some of it, but how is it that we don't get to talk to each other like normal husbands and wives? I'm tired now, and I need to rest. Let me know you are well. I'll write to you again soon. Yours in recovery, Teresa.
9th August 1950. Dear Teresa, I'm so glad you're well. I didn't know you were so ill. I'll send some ginseng and herbs, which are specially ordered for you. We asked the sister to make some soup tonics for you. She's especially good at soup tonics. Lots to do, Teresa, huh? As for the problems in the family, well, every family has problems. We're just very traditional. We don't like outsiders to know our problems. But since you are one of the family now, you can discuss any of the problems with me. I had thought that each of you I married was very capable. But if you feel that you are not able to deal with some of the domestic issues, then I suppose you can write to me and I'll see how I can help you. taking your tonics. You eat regular meals, huh? Concerned husband. What?
17th January 1951. Dear White, thank you for your concern and gifts. You will definitely help me get back my full strength in the months to come. I have been much weakened by the last bout of illness. I guess the body is never quite as strong as it looks, much like the heart. I'm relieved you want me to share our family's problems with you. And I wish the problems were just small ones, like bickering between us sisters. But there are other things you should know about. My dear, you do know that 3 of your wives are opium addicts, right? 2 of the other wives, and I'm sure you know who they are, have, through their connections, been able to supply the opium. They also use the drug from time to time. I discovered this opium smoking quite by accident when I chanced upon one of your abandoned houses. And having surprised the party, I soon found out the whole story. The others who are not addicted to opium have other addictions like drinking, gambling, secret affairs. None of them are afraid that I will tell you. You see, they're all united and strong in their mutual misery. And it is not the gossiping or the quarreling that destroys each of us. It is the loneliness. You can catch your wives, you can beat them, and you can even strangle them. But you cannot kill that which is already dead. Isn't that the saddest thing? Anyway, don't worry. Not one of the sisters will be stupid enough to make you lose face in public. At this point, elder sister, second sister, and I are keeping everyone in line. No one dares to cross elder sis. As long as she is around, the family remains intact. So you see, without you trying too hard, I have fallen in line with the rest. Aren't you proud of me? Looking forward to seeing you back in the new year. Take care. Your loving, finally healthy wife, Teresa. Oh, P.S. The British doctor who was treating me during my illness has a lovely wife. Her name is Sarah, and I have been inviting her over for tea. She and her friends are so well traveled. They have such interesting news from London and overseas. It seems like women overseas are fighting to be able to inherit property, just like sons. And in countries where they elect governments, women are fighting too. It's so exciting, isn't it?
22nd March 1951. Dear Teresa, your little revelations about your sisters have upset me more than a little. I know that it is hard for everyone that I'm away so much. This is my life. This is my fate. The women I married, except the elder sister, all came with a past. I married them knowing who and what they were, and nothing you've told me shocks or surprises me. I just thought that with this better life that I'm giving them, that some of your sisters can maybe leave some of the old bad habits behind. But apparently they have not. I will have to be home much more next year. About your new fancy foreigner friends. I don't mind proper visitors to our home, but I don't want them filling your sisters' heads with crazy ideas like women's rights and such nonsense. It will just distract them from their duties as wives and mothers. These foreign ways will cause the destruction of our Chinese families and our way of life. Your concerned husband, what?
18th January 1952. Dear White, thanks for your concern and care. I received the shipment of herbs and medicines you ordered specially from China. I got third sister double boil it for elder sis. Her health has been quite bad recently. Don't worry about me. We convent girls are a lot stronger than we look. You said you would be back more this year. We're still waiting. When will you be home? The children are growing up without you around. Your wives sinking deeper into depression. All except me. That's because I'm helping to raise some funds for a local school for girls whose families cannot afford their education. At least I have something to work towards. As for my friends and their crazy ideas on women's rights, it seems you have made up your mind that women are born to no other function than to serve their husbands and children. What happens though if their husbands are never home and the children have all grown up? What do the women do to keep themselves from going crazy from all the silence and boredom? What about our own dreams, our own hopes? Don't we have a right to fulfill them too? And what Chinese way of life and Chinese family values will knowledge and logic destroy? Oh, I see. You mean your way of life. Having 10 women fulfilling your every desire and fantasy. A whole harem to bear you sons, whom you've had no hand in raising and no time to be with. Of you controlling everything